Hello, everybody. I need to apologize to you folks. Today is actually Monday. And hold, please. Hold. I gotta turn my lights on. No, puppy, you can't come outside. Stay. No, back up. Okay. Like I said, I need to apologize. I I didn't get my video out, obviously. So your quiz was withheld and postponed till today. It gave you one more day to get the answers. I'll be right back. Walk around the car. Music. Bye. Okay. Let's get right to it. Your quiz today that your substitute teacher James asked for. Puppy, you cannot make noise. Stay in there, quiet. James asked, what year were seatbelts required in automobiles in the United States? And it was 1968. Bonus points for those of you who knew that already. I got a lot of good answers. Let me read them to you. Stay. All right. Let's see who was close. Hold on a second. Let me find it here. I'm kind of off my game if you can't tell. My wife is gone. She didn't leave me. She had to go to work. And I've been busy working on stuff. But it has nothing to do with why I didn't get this done. Okay, so quiz. Quiz. Here it is. Let's see what you guys gave me. Not that one. Okay, here we go. Iron Horse Garage says, I'll be right back. That's not the answer, but okay. Puglisi's Speed Shop says, I want to say 1967. I remember always getting asked where my seatbelt was when I was coming in from the Navy base, or going into the Navy base in my 65 C10. So often that I finally put some lap belts in the truck. And by the way, Empty Pockets is one hell of a professor. Yes, James is a great professor. I agree. If you guys aren't sub to James, you should. The answer for substitute James, I believe it was 64. That's from Ironhead Garage. No, Chris, they made the law for seatbelts. Great information you have. Thanks, buddy. No, 68 actually, I believe. Actually, I just searched James' seatbelt question the other day, and I wondered if I had to have them in the Impala. This is HG said this in his Left for Dead garage. I wonder if I had to have them in the Impala. So they were introduced in 64, but not mandatory until 1968. That's true. Actually, it was an option. I think Cadillac had them in 50, one of the years in the 50s. So they were introduced in 64, but mandatory in 68. Well, best I can remember without a re-Google. It's true. Could re-Google it. Playing with Horsepower said the 5.7 LS is 327 cubic inches. You're right, buddy, it is. But that was last week. Good job, though. Brian Kinnear said, I put a 327 answers in my feeling. Oh, yeah, we already read that one. Hope you get partial points, buddy. That's okay. He's going to give the Canuck answer for the seatbelts. Seatbelt became mandatory in Canada first in 1976. I didn't know that. And we're in Ontario and Quebec. And they were mandatory in all of Canada by 1988. Wow, not 78, 88. Be safe and still well. Also, he found the 4-speed guy in a 6-speed shirt. That's awesome. Say hi to your granddaughters for me, all 3 of them. Those are great girls. Love them. Sobering Restorations. I almost forgot to say 4-speed. You're right. No, I never would have. Almost forgot to say 4-speed. Iron Horse Garage. Oh, he's back. His answer. In 1965, I believe most cars were equipped with seatbelts, and I think in 68 it was federal law for all cars to have them. Used to be in Idaho, if you had a car 65 and down, your car was equipped with them. You didn't have to wear them if it wasn't equipped. That's true. I remember that. John Lomertire Sorry, John, if I butchered that. I might get mixed up with all your different states and different laws, but I think it was 1968 when the first law was in the U.S. I can give you a bit of trivia about my side of the pond here in Australia. Front seat belts became compulsory in 69, and I think in all the seats in 1971. In Australia, that's awesome. I was going to say one of those cliche down unders and, all that stuff and throw another shrimp on the Barbie, good day and good on you, but I didn't. Because that would be just horrible if I said anything like that. Or Foster's, Australian for beer, which is probably not true. Harnett's Garage. Well, all I really knew about the 327 was I had 4-inch bore, and there were small, larger, and crank versions. I now have been schooled in the 327. Here's a bit of history. In 1966, when Studebaker was under the Hamilton, Ontario Police Department, they bought 6 of them, the 6 Studebaker Commander 4-doors, to try and help the company out. These cars came equipped from the factory with 2-barrel Chevy 283s. Apparently, the rumor of the police department and their mechanics had their mechanics yank the 283s and install 327s with 4-barrel carbs. As far as I know, none of these actual cars still exist. All right, that's awesome, but what's it have to do with seatbelts? Bonus points anyway. Big Block Kings. All right, Gorney says, in 1977, I installed a 327 with a 4-speed Muncie out of a Chevelle. I don't know what it was, but she would scream, blew the diff while messing around, and ran a red light in front of a cop. Got out of a ticket by telling the truth. Mom and Dad helped me install the engine. Your mom and dad helped you install the engine in trans? That's really awesome. Kevin L. Aloha. First seat belts was used in 1885, but the United States did not make the law until 1968, and I still don't like wearing them. I have a story as to why I wear seat belts, but I won't bore you with it. It has to do with my little sister, and I have always worn one since that day. Actually, I'll tell you, she got in a really bad wreck when she was 15 in a school bus or a church bus or something like that. I think they were on like a field trip or something. And the bus rolled over, and she was actually hanging by her seatbelt, but a lot of the kids didn't have one. And I was so worried about all that stuff. From that day on, I wore my seatbelt. I wasn't involved in it, but I always made her, I think she made me promise to wear a seatbelt, and I always honored that promise. I wear one every day, every car I always have. Andy's Dog House says Jaws EYL 4-speed. Good job, buddy. Nothing to do with seatbelts. And Kevin's, plural Kevin, or Kevin's, Kevin's, like it's his possession. Kevin, apostrophe S, Kevin's. Do you count rope as a seatbelt? I don't think so. Okay, you guys know the answer. 1968. I didn't know that about Canada Stan, and whatever. So, I got some, not flack, but there are a bunch of Dodge guys here. Which is fine, because I had a Charger, and you guys know about that from the last story time. I also had a 68 Sports Satellite. That was an original car. I loved that. Actually, I hated that car, but I loved the beat on it. That has nothing to do with it. But I do have some Dodge Mopar-oriented quiz questions. And this is specifically geared at those Dodge boys. All right, this might be difficult, kids, to find the history on this. Should I do a 2-parter? No, just do a 1-parter. Well, okay, I want to know the details. So, many of you may or may not know that, okay, well, here's a 2-part question. I want to know what Mopar actually stands for. And I don't want to get answers like my other parts are rubbish. I don't want that because that's just mean. And it's true, but mean. No, I'm just kidding. But I want actual, what does Mopar stand for? M-O-P-A-R. What does that actually stand for? Where did that come from? The history of that. And the other history question has to do with factory drag cars and whatnot, which I may have given away the clue right there, and that sucks. But here we go. Here's what I want to know. What year and what model was the factory narrowed rear end in? That's That's it. That's your quiz questions. I need all your answers turned in by Sunday at noon. Have a good day. Aloha. 4-speed lava lamp. I didn't even turn.